The county semi-finals here between Moycarkey and Borris-Ileigh. This is the second semi-final in which Lockmore won the first one, but the second semi-final the teams are out on the field. And just while we're waiting, we'll give her the line out of the two teams. First of all, Borris-Ileigh in goal, you've Owen Wells. Right full back, Michael Ryan. Full back, you've T.F. Stapleton, and left full back, you've Timmy Delaney. The half line on the right, you've Nolly Maher. Centre half back, you've Jerry Stapleton, and left half back, you've Bobby Ryan. Centre field, you have Timmy Ryan and Richard Stakem. Right half forward, you have Philly Kenny. Centre half forward, you have Michael Cohen, and left half forward, you have Aidan Ryan. On top of the right, you have Tommy O'Dwyer. Full forward, Timmy Stables, and top of the left, his brother, Noel O'Dwyer. And that is the line out of the Borris-Ileigh team. And Moycarkey will line out as selected. In goal, you have Tom Dorn. Right full back, you have Tom Mullins. Full back, Willie Ryan. On the left, you have Bobber Stakelum. The half line on the right, Eamon Doherty. Centre half back, you have Jack Bergen. On left half back, you have Jimmy Leahy. Centre field, you have Liam Bergen and Jim Flanagan. Right half forward, you have Tommy Quigley. Centre half forward, you have John McCormick. And left half forward, you have Joni Fogarty. On top of the right, you have Jack Caesar. Full forward, Ned Flaherty. And on top of the left, you have John Quigley. And I'm very surprised that John Flanagan is on this Moycarkey team. On the back to back, the ball is in and the game is on. And it's Billy Kenny with the ball up along the ground into the centre of the field. And a high ball clear down to the far side of the field there, where out comes Mick Ryan with the ball, a shortish one, up the field. Richard Stakelum is trying to get it. He pulls it the first time, the second time, the third time, the fourth time. And there's a bit of fumbling going on right around the goal. Moycarkey attacking now. And out comes Timmy Delaney. And Timmy sends it a lofting up along the ground. And Dermody gets the ball. A high ball lobbing into the goal now. And out comes TF, a shortish one, sitting coming out. It's gone back in again, but out comes Michael Ryan with the ball. And Michael, a shortish one, out to Nolly Maher. Nolly Maher up the field. And it comes into the centre of the field. Jack Bergen comes out. Jack Bergen gets the ball. And he sidesteps one man the second and takes a shy ball. And it's lobbing right down into the Pellerin and backs and forwards in around the goal mouth. Out comes Owen Welsh and sends it out to the far side of the field. And it's gone out over the line, and it's a line ball for Moycarkey.
Okay.
Liam Bergen the taker. He cuts it a high one, right over the far side of the goal mouth. It's Poulton in there, and it's cleared out by Richard Stakelum, which is supposed to be playing out in the centre of the field. He's now back in the full back line. He's trying to get the ball up, but there's a free out to Borris-Ileigh. T.F. Stapleton coming out to take it. A high ball, way up the field, over the far side of the field, and he must imagine that was playing rugby he was, because he went for touch and sent it out over the line. A line ball to Moycarkey. This ball taken. Out comes Michael Ryan, a shortish one. And there's a free to Moycarkey.
David Fogarty was fouled.
David Fogarty being fouled, and there's a free into Moycarkey. It's about 40 metres out, and Dickie Quigley is coming over to take it, and this could be the first score of the game. Dickie sends it high, and he sends it straight over the bar, and it's the first score of the game. It's a point for Moycarkey. After 3 minutes gone in this first half, it's Borris-Ileigh no score. Out comes the puck out by Owen Welsh. A long one, way up the field. Timmy Ryan gets the ball. Timmy Stapleton races onto it. Now, it's Aidan Ryan has the ball right over across the far side of the field. Phoebe Kenny is trying to race out it. But it's Mick Cohen. Mick Cohen back across the goal mouth. And Mick Cohen takes a shot, and it's high, and it's gone wide.
Hold it a minute.
Puck out a long one. Michael Ryan again with the ball. Michael Ryan trying to get it up, loses it, gets it up again, beats it out to this side of the field. Nolly Maher is out, he's beaten, the ball goes back in across the goal. Jerry Stapleton comes out, Jerry Stapleton is beaten, Jim Flanagan gets the ball, Jim Flanagan hand passes the ball, and Timmy Delaney races out. Jack Caesar has the ball about 35 yards out, dead straight in front of the goal, and he has sent it over the bar, and it's another point for McCarthy. McCarthy 2 points, Borris-Ileigh no score. And out comes the puck out by Owen Welsh, a long one way up the field. The referee has called for the ball. I don't know what's going on up there, but there's a free to Borris-Ileigh. Phoebe Kenny walking over to take it. Phoebe bends, he lifts, he strikes. And the umpire bends, he lifts and he waves, and there it goes over the bar for the first score for Borris-Ileigh. A point by Phoebe Kenny. And it's McCarthy 2 points, it's Borris-Ileigh 1 in this county semi-final over here at Cashel this afternoon. About 5 minutes gone in the first half. The puck out by Tom Dordan. Down into the centre of the field. Up they go for it. Liam Bergen is trying to get it up. It won't come up for him. There's a tussling going on the centre of the field. Phoebe Kenny comes out, pulls it on the ground. John McGrath doubles on it. Sends it up the field. Timmy Sableton races out. Mick Cohen gets it into his hand, and Mick Cohen takes a shot. And it's gone high, and it's gone over the bar, and it's the equaliser. A great point scored by Mick Cohen. And it all started out there in the centre of the field, but Mick Cohen finished it as it went over the bar. Oh, a great point here by Mick Cohen, and the sides are level.
You need to talk to the lady.
Out comes the puck out by Tom Dordan. A long one, way down the field. It breaks between them. Jerry Stapleton races out it. John McGrath gets it. John McGrath pulls in it first time along the ground. And it's Borris-Ileigh now beginning to come into this game, which they wasn't up to now. And Aidan Ryan pulls in it first time along the ground. Noel Dwyer comes out it. Noel Dwyer is trying to get it up, but won't come up for him. Jack Bergen gets the ball. And if anybody says there's a better man than Jack Bergen in McCarthy, there's not, because Jack sends the ball away down the field. And it's Michael Ryan sends it back up the field again. A great game now, as the game now is really opening up. Timmy Sableton has the ball in front of the goals, and Timmy has sent it over the bar, but the referee has called back the play. I don't know whether it's not a free out, but I think it's a free out. I think Timmy must have charged the man with the ball, so there's a free out to McCarthy.
Hold it now.
Willie Ryan coming up to take it, and Willie with a high ball. Lobbing it about 20 yards out now from the Borris-Ileigh goal. It's pulsing and clear out to this side of the field. Phoebe Kenny races out. Phoebe gets the ball, and Phoebe comes way stolen up the field now with the ball. He's about 50 yards out now from the goal. He sends it a highish one in across the goal. Timmy Stapleton races out. Timmy Stapleton rises the ball. Timmy Stapleton crosses it to Mick Cohen. Mick is trying to get the ball. Aidan Ryan gets it out to this side of the field. Timmy Stapleton races back out to it again. Timmy is trying to get it up. It won't come up for him, and Timmy is still trying to get it up. And there's a bit of tussling going on above, out near the sideline. Eventually Timmy Stapleton gets it up, passes it back into Mick Cohen. Mick pulls in it first time. Noel O'Dwyer comes in, but out comes Willie Ryan now with the ball. And Willie sends it a shortish one down the field. It's blocked down there, and Timmy Ryan gets it, but it's gone out over the line, and there's a line ball to Borris-Ileigh. Well, Timmy Ryan is coming over to take it. And I often have seen Timmy taking one by airmail. You often heard of airmail. Here he comes. He cuts it, a shortish one, a low one, to Aidan Ryan. He pulls in it again and sends it right in. And out comes Caesar with the ball and sends it into the centre of the field, way up the field. TF gets it out. TF to Michael Ryan. Michael Ryan comes out, and Michael Ryan is fouled, and there's a free to Borris-Ileigh. Jerry Stapleton the taker.
Turn up the video.
On.
Yeah.
Jerry with a high ball way up the field, lobbing about 21 yards out from the McCarthy goal. Backs and forwards in around the goal mouth. Willie Ryan racing out to the sideline, gets the ball, sends it out. Noel Dwyer is trying to get it up. Noel Dwyer is beaten, and the ball comes way out the field. Coming down to the centre of the field. Noel Maha blocks it down. Tommy Quigley gets the ball, a shortish one, up along the ground. And out comes Richard Staken. Richard Staken's shot is blocked down. Jerry Stapleton gets it. Jerry Stapleton is beaten. And young Ryan here in the cornerback playing a great game for Borris-Ileigh. Sends it out, but it's very short. It's gone back again by Tommy Quigley. TF, out comes the goalkeeper. Their own Welsh with a high ball, and a great will even clearance way up the field. It comes up now to where Mick Cohn gets the ball. Mick is trying to get it up. Mick pulls it on the ground. Jack Caesar sends the ball down the field. On the far side of the field is racing out where Richard Stakelum gets the ball down near the sideline, and Richard sends to go one way. Sidesteps one man and sends the ball way up the field. And Jack Caesar, Jack Bergen again gets the ball and sends it into the centre of the field. Timmy Delaney comes out. Timmy is beaten this time to the ball. Goes back to Nolly Maher. Nolly up along the ground. Aidan Ryan gets it up, pulls it at a high ball way up into the goal mouth. Mick Cohn races on to Timmy Stapleton, has it in front of the goal. But out comes Tom Jordan, the very same as Noel Skehan was in it, and sends it a high ball way down the field. Back comes Nolly Maher there for Borris-Ileigh, and Nolly's gone stolen up the field now with the ball in his stick. He takes a high ball, and it's gone in and it's gone over the bar. A great time scored by Nolly Maher. It all started back there on the half-back line as Nolly Maher got that ball out near the sideline. He pretended to hit it, then he put it up, and he probably decided he'd go for a solo, and it all finished as it went over the bar. So now Borris-Ileigh have gone into the lead, 3-2. Tom Jordan with the puck out. A high ball way down the field. Timmy Delaney trying to race on to, but Slattery with a high ball right across the goal now. McCarthy attacking, a dangerous ball right in front of the goal, and the ball has gone high and it's gone wide. Quigley has sent that one wide, and it looked like it was going to be the equaliser, but back now with the play live. And Timmy Ryan gets the ball in across the goal, and in comes big Timmy Stapleton in front of the goal. But he's beaten this time, and the ball comes up the field. His brother Jerry has it. You can't beat the Stapletons. They're here, they're there, they're everywhere. And Jerry sends a high ball, lobbing right down into Pelham. But out comes Tom Jordan and sends the ball out to the far side of the field. Tom Jordan playing a great game on the goal for Moycarkey. And the ball over near the far side of the field. Jerry Stapleton again. What a hell of a game he's playing here for Borris-Ileigh as he gets that ball up to Mick Cohn. Mick cuts it right over across the far side of the field. Aidan Ryan is trying to get up, it won't come up, but out comes Jack Bergen with the ball, and Jack with a high, long, relieving clearance way up the field. Richard Stakelum blocks it down, and it comes into the centre of the field. John McGrath pulls, first time, the second time, and his shot is locked down, and it's McCarthy attacking, and Timmy Delaney races onto this ball. Timmy is trying to get it out. Two Borris-Ileigh men, one of them is Nolly Maher, and there's a free out to Borris-Ileigh. Timmy Delaney the taker. A high ball way up the field. Looking for Noel Dwyer. Finds Noel Dwyer. What can Noel Dwyer do with it now? As Noel Dwyer... But the referee is... Of the umpire has signalled that the ball has gone out. I think Noel Dwyer was looking as if it was a 70, but no. The umpire says it's gone wide. Tom Jordan with the puck out. A long ball way down the field. Timmy Ryan back there from the centre field, back in the defence. Timmy Ryan gets the ball up to Nolly Maher. Nolly Maher comes stolen way up the field. Nolly, which got a pint just a few minutes ago, passes that ball out to Aidan Ryan and takes a shot, and it's gone high and it's gone over the bar. A great pint for Borris-Ileigh. It's Bobby Ryan, it's his brother. I'm sorry about that. It was Bobby Ryan which scored that pint. A great pint by Bobby Ryan. Comes the puck out by Tom Jordan. It's Lovin way beyond the centre of the field. And it's John McCormick for McCarthy. Takes a high ball in, and it's gone off of Owen Welsh out over the line for a 65. And out comes the puck out by Owen Welsh. A long one way up the field. Bobby Ryan gets it out to Mick Cohn. Mick tries to make an angle for himself out near the sideline. Sends a high ball in across the goal. Timmy Stapleton goes up for it, but it's gone off of one of the McCarthy backs, and it's gone out over the line, and it's at the expense of a 65. And it's Jerry Stapleton with a high ball. It's gone in and it's gone wide. Now with the puck out. A long one over to the far side of the field. Michael Ryan comes out for it. Gets it, a shottish one. And It comes away up the field here by Timmy Ryan. Racing out to the far side of the field is Mick Cohn, and the ball has gone out over the line. It's a line ball to Borris-Ileigh. And I'm very surprised that John Flanagan is... I can't see him in this Moycarkey team, and I'm more than surprised. A low ball in along the ground. Liam Bergen trying to get it up. Mick Cohn races out it. Jim Flanagan has sent it out over the line, and it's a line ball again to Borris-Ileigh. It's Bobby Ryan with a high ball right across the goal. Backs and forwards in around the goal mouth. Eamon Dermody comes back trying to save an awkward situation at the moment, and there's a free out to Moycarkey. Willie Ryan with a high ball way up the field. Lobbing right down, and Timmy Ryan, which is playing a great game for Borris-Ileigh, up to Aidan Ryan. Aidan pulls in his first time along the ground. Bobby Ryan gets it. He prints to go one way, goes out and gone stolen up the field now with the ball in his stick. And he sells the dummy to Jack Bergen, and he has sent it high and sent it over the bar, and it's a pint for Borris-Ileigh. A great pint scored by Bobby Ryan.
5-2.
And the score now is 5 pints to 2. 16 minutes gone in this first half. Tom Jordan with the puck out. A long one down the field. Timmy Ryan blocks it down again. Timmy Ryan's shot is the shortish one. And Tommy Quigley, a high ball, right down across the far side of the field. Down to the corner flag. And Michael Ryan races out. Michael Ryan is beaten by his time, and he comes right in across the goal. Back out to John McCormick, but in comes Nolan Maher, and the steps still pass and sends it way up the field. Nolan Dwyer comes out. And it's Jerry Stapleton, which is playing a hell of a game now for Borris-Ileigh, sends the ball up the far side of the field. Michael Ryan, Tom Mullins races out, it sends it away down the field. And Jerry Stapleton's trying to get it out. It won't come out for him. Jim Flanagan gets the ball. Jim is trying to get it up. It won't come up. In comes John McCormick. John McCormick gets it up, and there's a free into Moycarkey. And I see that John Maloney is putting a couple of names into the book. As there's a free to Moycarkey about 30 metres out, dead straight in front of the goal. And John Quigley has sent it over the bar. Big Quigley has sent it over. And there's a bit of a dispute going on about it. Looked as if it was a pine, but now I see some of the Moycarkey forwards are going in, and now he's waving it and sending it over the bar. So therefore I can't be always wrong. I often inflicted a score that wasn't a score, but now it is. And it looks from here as if it was the first time, but now it was. Owen Wells comes out with the puck out. A long one way up the field. Timmy Ryan pulls in it. Breaks between them. Jack Bergen is trying to get it. It won't come up for him. Aidan Ryan has the ball, and Aidan takes a shot. It's blocked down the goal by Tom Jordan, and Tom, dangerous situation, and Tom clears the ball out to the far side of the field. Tom Jordan playing a hell of a game down there in the goal for Moycarkey. John McGrath going out to take a sideline touch out on the far side of the field. John cuts it. A shortish one. Phoebe Kenny is trying to get it up. He gets it up. And Phoebe with a shortish one. And it's cleared out to this side of the field. John Flanagan and Jimmy Ryan goes for it. Breaks between them. Jim Flanagan gets the ball. Up to Dickie Quigley. Dickie Quigley back to Jim Flanagan. Jim Flanagan loses the ball. Gets possession. And the referee has called for the ball. And he's penalised Jim Flanagan for carrying the ball too far, and there's a free to Borris-Ileigh. Jerry Stapleton the taker. A high ball by Jerry Stapleton. It looks good, it is good, and it's gone straight over the bar. A great fine score by Jerry Stapleton. better players here than Jerry Stapleton. I have yet got to see him. Out comes the puck out into the centre of the field. Tommy Quigley gets the ball. A high ball lobbing right down, a dangerous one right in across the goal mouth. And Paxton powers in around the goal mouth. Down Welsh blocks, and that's at the expense of a 65.
Dermody, please.
And Dermody is taking a shot. It's gone high. Owen Welsh gets the ball again in the goal mouth. And Owen Welsh is fouled. John Maloney is blowing the whistle. Owen Welsh is fouled as a free out to Borris-Ileigh.
Still in 20.
T.F. Stapleton. A high ball way up the field. Up to the far side of the field. And Moycarkey attacking again. This ball comes back into the centre of the field. Nolly Maher has it, and Nolly thinks his hunting hair he is, because here he comes again with the ball, and he sticks way up the field. He's 35 yards out now from Moycarkey goals, and he's played football. He was down in Kerry. He sends that ball in, but it's cleared back out again, and John McGrath gets it back in again, and a high ball cleared out to this side of the field, and Richard Stakelum has the ball. He's trying to get it up. He loses the first time. He's beaten. The ball comes in. Michael Wine goes back to cover up for Borris-Ileigh. Michael is trying to get it up. He didn't pull it on the ground. Sends it out to Richard Stakelum. Richard pulls on it. Phone come up for him. Jerry Stapleton gets it up, and Jerry sends it a long relieving clearance up to the far side of the field. Phoebe Kenny is trying to get it out. And it's gone out over the line, and it's a line ball to Borris-Ileigh.
In Kentucky, you're killing it.
I'm not.
Tommy Grogan, they're in the ground. Please report to the red band. They're on the outside. Tommy Grogan.
It's Bobby Ryan has been fouled over on the far side of the field, and there's a free to Borris-Ileigh.
Flanagan has gone in.
6-3. And you can all wonder what the cheer is, as there goes the cheer, as John Flanagan has now come on the Moycarkey team. I was very surprised that he wasn't on up to now. Well, John Flanagan is now on the Moycarkey team. As Jerry Stapleton sends a high ball way up the field. It's gone in. Tom Jordan again blocks it down. And there's something going on above around the goal mouth, but it's a 60. John McCormick has come off for the Moycarkey team, and John Flanagan is now in the game, and it's a 65 to Borris-Ileigh. Jerry Stapleton with a high ball down into the pelogram. Jack Bergen goes back. Jack Bergen is trying to get it out. Won't come out. And Noel Dwyer pulls it the first time. Tom Jordan saves. A great save by Tom Jordan. And it's cleared out to this side of the field. And it races out where Nolly Maher gets the ball. And Nolly Maher out to the far side. He's watching for Phoebe Kenny. Finds Phoebe Kenny. But the referee, John Maloney, has called for the ball, and there's a free out to Borris-Ileigh, or to Moycarkey. He has penalised Phoebe Kenny for holding on, and there's a free out. Jack Bergen, the taker. Jack was a high ball way up the field to the far side of the field. It's right between Richard Stakelum anyway, and Liam Bergen sends it a high ball in across the goal, and Timmy Delaney comes out, saves a great situation, sends the ball, a shortish one out to the far side of the field, but it's gone out towards the corner flag, and it's gone out over the line, and it's a line ball. Well, I see Richard Stakelum is claiming it's a Borris-Ileigh ball. Well, we'll see in a moment whether he's right or wrong. He is, because Michael Ryan is going out to take it. Michael Ryan cuts it. A shortish one. It goes back to Michael Ryan. Michael Ryan is trying to get it out. Two Moycarkey men there. Two Borris-Ileigh men there. And there's a free to Borris-Ileigh. Free to Moycarkey, as he has penalised one of the Borris-Ileigh players, and it's Jerry Stapleton for holding. And he was holding on to John Flanagan, which was just after coming in a couple of moments ago, on a free to Moycarkey. Dickie Quigley.
Yeah.
A high ball by Dickie Quigley, which is sent it over the bar, and now there's only 2 points between them. 6-4. A high ball by Owen Welsh out to this side of the field. Aidan Ryan right over across where Phoebe Kenny pulls in it, and he sends it out over the line, and it's a line ball to Moycarkey. Up on the Moycarkey back line. about 35 metres out from the Moycarkey goals. Tom Mullins the taker. Tom with a shottish ball. Aidan Ryan gets it. He's beaten by Jack Bergen. And Jackie Ginnon returning tries to get that ball out, but a break between a couple of them, and the linesman says the Moycarkey ball. Eamon Dermody cuts it way up the field, and Jerry Stapleton and John Flanagan races out for it. The break between them. Timmy Ryan gets the ball. Timmy Ryan to Aidan Ryan. Aidan Ryan now is beaten in the centre of the field. Anyway, when the ball comes in, John Flanagan with a low ball in along the ground. T.F. Stapleton gets it, and T.F. Stapleton sends it a high relief and clearance way up the field. A race is up there where Mick Cohn pulls it, don't quite get it. Liam Bergen goes back, gets the ball from Moycarkey, and Liam Bergen sends the ball right down. Jimmy Delaney comes out. Jimmy Delaney don't get it, and the ball goes right across the goal. T.F. Stapleton playing a good game now for Borris-Ileigh, back there in defence, gets that ball, and he's trying to get it out. Won't come out from 2 Moycarkey men, 3 Borris-Ileigh men in and around him. Out comes Michael Ryan, and John Flanagan comes in to get the situation, but Michael Cohn, which was playing up in the tin, gets the ball, and back to Richard Stakelman. Richard sends it away up the field, and big Timmy Stapleton from full forward is out near the centre of the field to Aidan Ryan, and Aidan a low one in along the ground. Noel O'Dwyer has it in front of the goal, and Noel O'Dwyer has sent it high and sent it over the bar. And now the score is 7-4, Borris-Ileigh leading.
About 5 minutes to go.
25 minutes gone in this first half as Tom Doran takes the puck out. Long one way down the field. Noel Lima trying to get it out. It goes back in. T.F. Stapleton pulls in it. Out comes Owen Welsh. Owen pulls in it first time and sends it out to the far side of the field, but it's gone out over the line, and it's a line ball to Moycarkey. Liam Bergen going out to take it. Liam, a shortish one. John Flanagan races out. John pulls in it first time on the ground. It goes right in across the goal now. Backs and forwards in around the goal now. Dickie Quigley has the ball in front of the goals. Michael Ryan comes out of it. Michael Ryan playing a great game here for Borris-Ileigh in the corner back and sends the ball out. But John Flanagan gets it again. And John Flanagan is fouled. Anyway, well, whether he lay down or he didn't lie down, but there's a free into Moycarkey. Some of them will tell you that he made a dive, but I wouldn't think so. I think it's a fair free, and it looks this time it's a free to Moycarkey. About 35 metres out, over on the far side of the field, and the score is 7-4. Dickie Quigley sends it high, and Dickie Quigley has sent it over the bar, and now there's only 2 points between them. Around 26 minutes gone in this first half. Yes, I thought you said
why wouldn't you?
And I still thought there was about 2 minutes left in the first half, but no, I was asking for what. Huh? Are you able to get him?
Yes.
Huh? Are you able to get him?
Now, can we keep the field clear now, please?
Tell me. Borris-Ileigh spectators, well, if anyone is high up, you often thought De Valera was high up, but this man is up higher because he's on top of a tree above here in Cashel, and if that isn't support for Borris-Ileigh, you call me what you like.
Now we keep the field clear.
Anyway, if you interview with her, try to get out of the matches up.
No, I don't know. One minute while I'm doing my job. Hang on.
have the field clear now, please. Everyone off the field.
Yes, I don't know that, but I'm going well on that. Huh? Lovely if I had one of those. Huh? You can't be good every day. Huh? Who's going to win? Huh? What are you, that's all.
John! John! Lynn Gaynor, Jimmy.
You hear me?
Yes, the rapper, quick. Don't talk.
And I see one of the great Borris-Ileigh players, which isn't playing at the moment, owns with some little bit of a dispute among themselves, and that is Joseph Kenny. I see him walking up along the sideline. Along it, a great former hurler, Matt Stapleton. And there we go, the throw-in the second half is on. Jack Bergen trying to get the ball out. Nolo Dwyer has the ball, pulls in it first time on the ground, out to Mick Cohn. To this side of the field, mixed into a shortish one, back in to Aidan Ryan. And Robert Hayes comes out of the ball and sends it into the centre of the field. Up they go for it in the centre of the field. Timmy Delaney, a high ball way down the field. Timmy Ryan has the ball now. A bit of what you call a bit of the clash of the ashes going on now in the centre of the field, and it comes right in across the goal. Timmy Stapleton gets the ball, trying to get it up, now trying to get his way through, out to Nolo Dwyer on this side of the field. Nolo Dwyer trying to make an angle for himself, sidesteps his man and sends a high ball, and just look at that as the way that one wins over the bar, over great Pines goal by Nolo Dwyer, and now there's 3 points between them. The puck out. A long one way up to the far side of the field. Timmy Ryan, supposed to be playing centre field, is nearly now back centre back. On his knees, pulls on it and sends it into the centre of the field. And Borris-Ileigh beginning to play a lot of ground hurling now at the moment as Jack Bergen races out, trying to get that ball. But Jack Bergen is beaten. I often saw Jack playing an awful lot of better games than what he's playing today. Things don't seem to be going his way. And he's one of the greatest hurlers that I have seen here for many a day as a club hurler, Jack Bergen. Dermody with a low ball. Jack Bergen now gets the ball, hand passes it up the field to Jim Flanagan, and Jim sends it a high ball right in across the goal now. And Slattery trying to get it into his hand, takes a shot. Oh, a great goal! A great goal! John Flanagan.
Yeah.
A great goal scored by John Flanagan. Oh, John Flanagan. Oh, I looked as if it was John Flanagan, and no, but it was David Fogarty who sent that ball into the net. A great goal, and out comes the puck out into the centre of the field, and now this game has come to life as Nolo Dwyer races out to the ball, sends it, pulls in it first time in across the goal. Bibby Kenny's coming out, trying to get it up, now begins to pull in it. He's beaten, the ball comes out to this side of the field. Richard Stakelum comes out. Richard Stakelum back to John McGrath. John, a low ball in along the ground. Aidan Ryan pulls it up to the corner flag, and it's gone racing out over the line, and it's gone wide.
That'll do.
With the puck out, the sides are level. 4 minutes gone in the second half. And Borris-Ileigh attacking again. Aidan Ryan gets the ball. And Richard Stakelum comes out. McCarthy beginning to come a bit more into it. But Michael Ryan trying to bait 1 man, 2 men, and it's a line ball to Borris-Ileigh or to McCarthy. As Michael Ryan was coming down along the line, and it went off his hurley out over the line, and it's a line ball to McCarthy. And anybody that thinks that this game is over, it's far from over, as it's a line ball to McCarthy. A high ball, right across the goal. Slattery has it in front of the goal, over the cross. to Jim Flanagan, and Jim pulls in at first time. It's blocked down in there, and there's a bit of tussling going on around the goal now. Timmy Delaney races out, gets the ball, sends it into the centre of the field. Aidan Ryan comes out. Aidan gets it into his hand, and Aidan sends it a high ball way up the far side of the field, where Phoebe Kenny is trying to race out onto it. And Phoebe is beaten, and the ball races out over the line, and it's a line ball for Borris-Ileigh. Quickly taken, right and across the goal. Phoebe Kenny gets it. About 35 metres out on the far side of the field. He's making an angle. He's come right across the goal. He takes the shot. And it's gone wide. Oh, it hit the outside of the net. It looked very dangerous there for a moment, but what a relief to McCarthy as Tom Dorman takes the puck out. A long ball way up the field. Michael Ryan playing a great game at cornerback for Borris-Ileigh. Sends it out, a shortish one. Out to John McGrath. John McGrath way up the field. Mick Cohn races out for it. Mick Cohn is beaten this time, and the ball raced over to the far side of the field. And Bobby Ryan trying to get onto it with Dermody. Dermody now, and now it's Bobby Ryan again with the ball. Rising across the goal. Tom Dorman blocks it down. He could have let it go wide, but I don't know whether it was going wide or not, but Tom made no mistake and sent it out to the far side of the field. McCarthy attacking again. John Flanagan gets the ball. A high ball in, and it's gone over the bar. There is the man that people said he was no addition to McCarthy. Well, now he has proved it. As John sends that one again over the bar, and could be a sad day at the moment to see John Flanagan off of the McCarthy team. Owen Welch with the puck out down to this side of the field. Liam Bergen trying to get the ball, gets the ball, and Liam comes stalling up the field now with the ball in his stick. And Liam now out to this side of the field. Dicky quickly takes a shot, it's gone in across the goal. Owen Welch gets it into his hands. A dangerous situation, and cleared out to the far side of the field. Timmy Ryan along the ground. Bobby Ryan racing now with Jack Bergen. The experience of Jack, is it going to tell? No, Jack is beaten this time, but the ball comes back with one of the McCarthy players back to cover up. Timmy Delaney comes out, and Timmy is trying to get the ball out, and he gets it out to this side of the field, which is break them onto it. Anyway, McCarthy attacking. But Liam Bergen again in the centre of the field with the ball. Pretends to go one way, goes the other. He's trying to force his way through. Sends it into Tommy Quigley. Tommy a shortish one. It's blocked down, and Nolan Maher trying to get it out. He's gone onto the far side of the field where Timmy Ryan races onto it. Out on his own. Timmy pulls in it first time along the ground. Down to Aidan Ryan. Aidan in across the goals. Mick Cohn has it. And there's a bit of tussling going on there as Jack Bergen comes out of the ball. And Jack sends it a footed one. I never knew there was footballers in McCarthy as Jack Bergen sends that ball way up the field. And now it's gone out over the line at the far end of the field, and it's gone wide.
The goal has been lost in the field. Always getting her first save. Mary, she's dressed in red, prepares to go down. The main gate
8 minutes gone in the second half.
Mary is the first name. She's dressed in red.
McCarthy leading by 1 point. And a line ball to Borris-Ileigh. Timmy Ryan the taker. Timmy was a ball down along the far side, down to the far side. Phoebe Kenny goes for Phoebe Kenny is beaten by Tom Mullins, and Tom Mullins sends the ball way up the field. And here comes McCarthy attacking. And out comes Borris-Ileigh goalkeeper there, and there's a free out to Borris-Ileigh. Although it looked all written as if there was another goal going to come from McCarthy, but there's a free out now to Borris-Ileigh. Owen Welch saves the great situation. Richard Stakelum with a high ball way down the field. Noel O'Dwyer, the veteran of the Borris-Ileigh team, and there it goes, over the bar for the equaliser. Scored by Noel O'Dwyer. Around 10 minutes gone in the second half. And the sides are level, 9 times to 1-6. And this game is wide open. Come, Jordan with the puck out. A long ball way up the field. Jerry Stapleton out to the far side of the field. And it's Eamon Dermody coming up the far side of the field. You imagine now he's playing on the forward line. He's not. He's a backman and he's fouled into the free to McCarthy. Dickie Quigley going out to take it. The sides are level. About 40 metres out on the far side of the field. And Dickie sends it high. And Dickie has sent it wide. And that could be an expensive one for McCarthy as Dickie has sent that one wide. Owen Welsh with the puck out. A long one. Down to this side of the field. Jack Bergen pulls in it on the ground, out to this side of the field. Richard Stakelum races out. Richard Stakelum gets it to Shanahan. Shanahan up along the ground. Out comes Jack Bergen with the ball. And Jack with a high relieving clearance way up the field. T.F. Stapleton races on to running across the goal. Owen Welsh gets it and clears it out. And Owen Welsh, if you say that Tom Dorn is having a good game, so is Owen Welsh, because Owen Welsh sends it out again to this side of the field. But it's another free to McCarthy. Liam Bergen the taker. Liam now bends, he lifts, he strikes. And the umpire's signal has gone wide, and the sides are still level. It's 1 goal and 6 points to 9 points. The ball over on the far side of the field. Eamon Dermody has the ball. Eamon Dermody up into the centre of the field. McCarthy beginning to come more into this game, but out comes Timmy Delaney with the ball, and Timmy Delaney sends it a long one way down the field and putting the defence into the attack as Timmy Stapleton gets the ball. Timmy with a high ball in across the goals. Mick Cohn has it in front of the goal. Mick is trying to get it up, and Mick takes a shot, and Mick has sent it over the bar. A great time scored by Mick Cohn. Yes. And there goes the lead for Borris-Ileigh. You can always pick out the bit of county class, and Mick has sent that one over the bar, and Borris-Ileigh goes into the lead, and now it's Borris-Ileigh 10 points, it's McCarthy 1-6. And Noel O'Dwyer supposed to be playing full forward. Now out centre forward on Jack Bergen. Jack Bergen gets the ball way up the field. Dickie Quigley races out. He's beaten by Jerry Stapleton. The ball comes in Timmy Delaney trying to get it out. But John Flanagan now is going through. Owen Welsh comes out again with the ball. He sidesteps his man and sends the ball out to Robert Stakelum. Robert gets it into his hand and sends the ball down to this side of the field. Aidan Ryan has the ball. Aidan up the field. Noel O'Dwyer trying to get it, but it's Jack Bergen again. And Richard Stakelum, the hero of many a game for Borris-Ileigh this year, gets the ball. It's gone over to now to the far side of the field. Timmy Delaney, the old veteran, trying to get the ball out, but it's Michael Ryan this time for Borris-Ileigh, and Michael with a higher relieving clearance down to the far side of the field. And it's gone out over the line, and it's a line ball to Borris-Ileigh. And it's a lovely, beautiful sunshine day over here at Cashel. It was raining all the week, but it's like Wimbledon tennis here at the moment. It's really dry as Timmy Ryan cuts it. And it's airmail right in across the goal. And it's gone into the goal now. And Timmy Stapleton takes the shot. And it's a goal! A goal! Oh no, it's Aidan Ryan. It looks as if it was Timmy Stapleton, but it was Aidan Ryan who finished it into the back of the net. And now the game has really come to life as Borris-Ileigh leads. 1 goal and 10 points to 1 goal and 6. 4 points between them. McCarthy attacking. And the ball is up on the far side of the field. T.F. Stapleton sends it out to the far side of the field. Jim Flanagan raced onto it. A sharpish one. Jim Flanagan trying to get it up. and he sends it in across the goal mouth. A high ball in, and it's Richard Stakelum could have got that ball, but he knew it was going wide, so he just decided that he'd leave it to Owen Welsh for a puck out. 4 points between them. Owen Welsh now with the puck out. A long one way down the field. Jim Flanagan races out it. Jim Flanagan gets the ball, but it's Richard Stakelum again. Playing a great game here for Borris-Ileigh, up into the centre of the field. Liam Bergen trying to get out it. Liam Bergen is beaten. His brother Jack is there, but Liam comes back again, gets the ball into his hands, and he pretends to go one way. He's trying to get head up, but it won't come up for him, and he loses the ball. He goes back, gets the ball, and Liam sends the high ball way up the field. It's gone right in across the goals. And out comes Michael Ryan again. And Michael Ryan's playing a hell of a game for Borris-Ileigh down here on the back line. T.F. Stevenson sends it out. It's gone in. And Tommy quickly has the ball in front of the goal. Takes a shot. Out comes Owen Welsh to the ball. And John Maloney has blown the whistle. And it might be going back a small little bit, but Owen Welsh had his eye on the ball, but so had John Maloney, and there's a free into Moycarkey. Dickie Quigley the taker, 4 points between them. I wonder, will Dickie try for a goal, or will he be satisfied for to take the points? And Dickie ascended over the bar, and now there's 3 points between them. Around 15 minutes gone the second half. Tommy Dwyer now out at centre half forward, which is just after coming on a brother of Noel. Richard Stakelum has the ball up on the far side of the field, but it's John Flanagan tries to get it in. Bit of tussling going on up on the far side of the field. Michael Ryan playing a great game for Borris-Ileigh, trying to get the ball out, but now the ball goes back in across the goal. T.F. Stapleton pulls in it. It's gone over to the far side of the field where Phoebe Kenny races onto it. Phoebe and Eamon Dermody goes for it. It breaks between them. It comes back. Eamon Dermody now gets it. And Eamon with a high ball way up the field to the far side of the field, down into the goal mouth now. And it's like David Fogarty with a high ball in, and it's gone over the bar, and now there's only 2 points between them. About 18 minutes gone, and here comes the puck out, and there's 2 points between them. Owen Welsh down to this side of the field. Phoebe Kenny gets it into his hands. He's trying to walk his way through. He takes a shot. It's a high one down into the goal mouth. Oh, a dangerous situation there as the ball went wide.
Moycarkey sub going in.
Eamon is his name.
Yeah.
Eamon Clancy is on for the Moycarkey now. Has just come in as a sub, but we'll follow the play. And it's Jim Flanagan has come off of the Moycarkey team, and Eamon Clancy has gone on. And the score is 110 to 1-8, 2 points between them, and Owen Welsh with the puck out. Little or no breeze blowing at all here whatsoever. It's a lovely day over here at Cashel, and the puck out's out to the far side of the field. And it's Bobby Ryan. Up to the far side of the field. Steered out over the line by Tom Mullins, and a line ball to Borris-Ileigh. Bobby Ryan coming up off of the half-back line now to take it. 2 points between them. 20 minutes gone. Comes this side of the field. Noel Maher has the ball. Noel Maher out to Bobby Ryan. Bobby, which played with Tipperary, sends the ball right in across the goal. Was it cleared out to this side of the field? And it's flat in front of the goal. No debate now, and the goalkeeper takes the shot, and it's gone high in across the goal,
wide.
and it's gone wide. Oh, what a chance. If John Flanagan got it, I'd say it would be in the back of the net, but you don't get those John Flanagans every day. Oh, what a chance Moycarkey had. Watching the Borris-Ileigh team. Noel Maher's gone off. Francis Phelan has come on, but we follow the play as the ball comes into the centre of the field. And Timmy Stapleton out now at centre half forward from full forward. Gets the ball into Phoebe Kenny. Phoebe is trying to get it up. It won't come up. Eamon Dermody goes back. Eamon is trying to get it up. It won't come up for Eamon. Noel O'Dwyer comes in. Noel robs him. Noel is trying to get it up now, and Noel comes racing in across the goals with Eamon Dermody after him. And whatever went on there, John Maloney is speaking to Eamon Dermody, and there's a free to Borris-Ileigh. Phoebe Kenny coming over to take it. It's about 21 metres out, but it's out near the far sideline, a very awkward angle. 110 to 1-8 as Phoebe Kenny now walks up, and Phoebe sends it high, and Phoebe has sent it over the bar, yes, for another point for Borris-Ileigh.
Which time, Jim?
7 minutes left. Out comes the puck out, a long one, way up the field. Michael Ryan trying to get the ball out. Leahy has the ball now in front of the goal. He takes a shot, and it's a 65. And Jack Bergen with a high ball. And Jack Bergen has sent it over the bar, and now there's only 2 points again between them. 7, 6, 7. About 7 minutes left in the game, and 2 points between them. And out comes the puck out, the far side of the field. Eamon Dermody playing a fair good game here for Moycarkey. He gets the ball to Liam Bergen. Liam is trying to get the ball up. He goes stolen up the field now with the ball. And Liam out to this side of the field. Dicky Fogarty with the ball, going right through with the ball. And Dicky has fantastic over the bar. Well, I was very surprised that he didn't try for a goal, because anybody here in Cashel would imagine that he would have tried for a goal, but out comes the puck out to the far side of the field. Tommy Dwyer pulls in it. Jack Bergen goes back, gets the ball. Phoebe Kenny gets the ball. And come on, Kenny. Phoebe is trying to get ahead again. Francis Phelan with the ball. Out to the far side of the field. Liam Bergen gets the ball. Yes. Well, there's a free to Moycarkey from the centre of the field. And
Jack Bergen.
it looked like if Liam Bergen took a somersault, but the referee, John Maloney, was right on the spot, and there's a free to Moycarkey. One point between them as Jack Bergen sends a high ball. And Jack Bergen has sent it over the bar, and the sides are level. Five minutes left in the game. Owen Welsh with the puck out. A long ball, and this game has really come to life now.
Jimmy Leahy.
Jimmy Leahy with the ball, way up the field. Jerry Stapleton gets it. And Jerry Stapleton shot at the shot from Liam Bergen, which wasn't in the game now. Up to now is beginning to come into it. It's Jerry Stapleton again. Coming back for Borris-Ileigh. Up to Noel O'Dwyer. Noel O'Dwyer is beaten this time by... And Michael Cohn takes the shot. It's high and it's gone over the bar. And what a great time scored by Michael Cohn. Michael, which it took 4 Kaufmen to mark him back in the 1966, which he played centre half back for Tipperary, is playing a hell of a great game here for Borris-Ileigh. He gets that ball, and Borris-Ileigh are now in the lead as we come back into live action again. As the ball is right gone up right across the goal. It's Dickie Quigley with the ball. Takes a shot. It's gone high. And it's gone over the bar, yes. And Dickie Fogarty, I should have said, and the sides are level again. And you'd hate, at the moment, you'd hate to see anybody losing, because there's about 3 minutes left in the game. And everybody here, wouldn't they love to see another game of what today is like? But it's Borris-Ileigh attacking again. Come on, get into it. It's Jack Belton out over the line, and it's a line ball for Borris-Ileigh. 3 minutes left in the game. Out it comes to John McGrath. And I don't know what the free was there for, because I thought it didn't look like a free, but anyway, there's a free to McCarthy. Whatever John Maloney have against Borris-Ileigh, I don't know. Willie Ryan takes it way up the field. A high ball. But now he must have helped me, because he's waving it back down. And here comes Timmy Stapleton. A high ball way up the field. Tommy Dwyer looking for it. Noel Dwyer looking for it. It comes out to the far side of the field. Spillane, which came in as a sub, pulls it on the ground. Out to the far side of the field. Aidan Ryan trying to get it. Aidan is beaten. Dermody's playing a hell of a game here for McCarthy, sends the ball way up the field. Jerry Stapleton and John Flanagan goes out. Jerry Stapleton gets the ball, comes way down the field, out to this side of the field, and it's gone out over the line. No, it's still kept in play. It looks as if it's over the line, but Michael Ryan comes out, gets the ball into the center of the field. Mick Horn pulls it. Noel O'Dwyer gets the ball now for Borris-Ileigh. Oh, and Noel couldn't keep it in play. So there was 2 minutes left in the game. Line ball to McCarthy. Dickie Quigley with the ball. Locked down. And Borris-Ileigh now attacking again. As it comes out to the far side of the field. And a free to Borris-Ileigh. And what an expensive one that this could be. Can Phoebe Kenny score this one like he did in the Knock final against Flora? About 2 minutes left in the game, and the sides are level, and here comes Phoebe Kenny. He bends, he lifts his strike, and the umpire bends, lifts and waves, and there it goes over the bar for the lead for Borris-Ileigh. A point by Phoebe Kenny. And out comes the puck out in the center of the field. Can Borris-Ileigh hold on? Can McCarthy pull this game out of the file? It's anybody's game up to now. And it's gone out over the line, and it's a line ball up on the far side of the field. Both players are appealing for it. I don't know myself from here what ball it is, but John Maloney says it's going in. Whether he's a linesman or not, I don't know, but the linesman signals now it's a McCarthy ball. Liam Belgium the taker. 1 minute left in the game. Liam begins to miss it. Out comes Michael Ryan. And if anybody give anybody fourth day of the week, I'll give it to Michael Ryan, but it's Mick Cole now with the ball. And Mick Cole to Jimmy. Jack Bergen has the ball for McCarthy, and Jack is beginning to thunder his way up the field. And Jack out to the far side of the field. It goes up where Jimmy Delaney is trying to get it out. But it's Francis Spillane. Out to the far side of the field. Borris-Ileigh attacking again. It races out now. Dermody gets the ball. He's locked down this time. Phoebe Kenny has the ball for Borris-Ileigh. Phoebe, which scored the point a second ago, sends it right across the goal. Tommy Dwyer racing out to this side of the field. Barrett trying to get the ball. It's going to come up for him. He's beaten. The ball goes back to Willie Ryan. And Willie trying to make it clear. Willie up into the center of the field. It's locked down by Phoebe Kenny. And Phoebe out to this side of the field. And there it goes. And the game is over. And what a great game we had. Keep it on now. And what a great game we had over here at Cashel with Borris-Ileigh by winning by 1 point. Well, as I said a couple of moments ago, you'd hate to see anybody losing, but that's the way it goes. Some you win, some you lose, and this is one great game that will go down in the history of Borris-Ileigh, and the final score here is 1 goal and 13 points for Borris-Ileigh, and 1 goal and 12 points for McCarthy. And I think that if John Flanagan had been in a bit sooner for McCarthy, that anything could have happened, but on the day you couldn't say who was the best team, but to me it looked like the best team won, because Tom Dordan brought up some great saves for McCarthy, and if McCarthy had to win, I would have given it to Tom Dordan. the man of the match, but my man of the match of Borris-Ileigh was Michael Ryan, the corner back. Well, with that now for me, we hand you back to the studio.
You just go out on the board there for a few minutes and I'll get it when I get down, will you?
Huh? Turn it on. Have you done? I want to see if you work. Have you done? Do you work on? I want to talk about you.
If you look at me, you don't know all the time.
And I seen one of the great veterans of the GA, Jaxie Ryan from Upper Church down here, with a retired publican, Micheál O'Maher here from Tullis, just going up along under us now, and I'm sure they enjoy the game.
Junior champions for 1983. They failed at senior level. They failed today at the under 21 level. They failed very early in the year in the minor. Naturally, we pass it on. That's what we're here for. In the meantime, let's go chasing some soccer stories. Beginning at St. Mel's Park in Athlone. Last news we had from there, Athlone 2, Finn Hawks 1, and with Hawks.
And I see one of the great veterans here of the Borris-Ileigh is Paddy Delaney, which I didn't see him during the match. But he is here, and I'm very sure that Paddy is delighted at Borris-Ileigh for a victory. Philly Ryan, and Philly which played with the Tipperary team back in a few years around the Sean Kenny's time and Paddy's Kenny's time, and one of the great men that I have seen here for a long time, Philly Ryan. Well, Philly, I am delighted to see you here today at this match, and I see it's a lovely sunshine day over here in Cashel, and I'm delighted that you have people the likes of Cashel Delaney here to bring you out, Paddy Delaney here, and I hope that for your sake that Borris-Ileigh will win the county final and bring you back into the hurling limelight again. In Cashel today, I'm sure he's behind the Borris-Ileigh team is Paddy Murray, the man which cuts all the hurleys out for Phoebe Kenny and myself. Well, Paddy, I wish you the best of luck here, and I'm sure you're delighted that Borris-Ileigh won.
This is a very, very historic occasion. We're here in Cashel after seeing a great county semi-final between Borris-Ileigh and Moycarkey-Borris. A trip-hanger all the way. And from the back row on the left is Paddy Delaney, starred in Borris-Ileigh's great days of the past. Father Paddy Corrigan, a great Gael living in Limerick, telling us all, filling us in on the happenings in Limerick. Father Reedy, the fellow selector of mine. Next is Willie Wall, who came over to see Philly. Willie Wall, who starred in the 37 All-Ireland in Killarney, one of the kingpins of the defence on that great day. Next is Father Powell, Borris-Ileigh, with mixed feelings today. He's a Moycarkey-Borris man. We thought to the hilt, but I'd say he's happy today anyway. He couldn't lose today. And next is Hennebury. Next is a Mr. Hennebury from Ahenny, below near Paddy Kenny's, under the 9 Mile House there. And Philly Ryan of Borris-Ileigh, he was on the selection in 37 and again with me in 51. Starred with Borris-Ileigh, and I have memories and souvenirs of many a hard tussle with him. Well, great to see him here today anyway.
Thanks, Pat. And the man that's just done the introduction there was Pat Staken himself, one of the greatest centre-half backs Tipperary ever produced.
You're right over there, Mike. You hear that?
Oh.
So, I mightn't go home.
So now she went today.